This is your WCIA3 forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical.
We are starting out our Friday with beautiful conditions across all areas of central Illinois. We've got the nice sunrise, clear skies, and temperatures are going to be close to normal here, just a few degrees below normal, but still close to it. Cooler, but sunny skies starting out today. We have a warmer weekend ahead, but more rain is moving in by later into the weekend and really for the majority of next week. I'll have all the details coming up. WCIA3 News starts right now.
You're watching your local news leader. This is The Morning Show on WCIA3 News.
And thanks for waking up with us this morning. I'm McLeod Hageman.
And I'm Christy Batista. We have a lot for you in the next hour of the morning show, but first, here's a look at today's top story.
I'm glad that they caught who did it.
Well, two women have been charged for the murder of a Westville man. Now, both Michelle Ingram and Bailey Castigliola appeared in a Vermilion County courtroom. Now, he was found in a field just north of Covington. Richard Truitt was reported missing December 28th.
And after months of waiting and hoping, one family is dealing with a worst-case scenario. Truitt was seen leaving his home December 27th with Michelle Ingram. Ingram and Bailey Castigliola were taken into custody and charged with aggravated assault. The Vermilion County State's Attorney says his death stemmed from the women believing he was involved in a child sex ring. Both women have since been charged with the murder of Truitt. His family members are hoping for justice.
I can't imagine the evil that goes in someone's mind to take someone else's life like that.
Both of the women have bond set at $5 million each. An Indiana man arrested for kidnapping, beating, and sexually assaulting a 9-year-old girl is now being investigated for a possible tie to the murders of the two teenagers in Delphi. And
authorities say 42-year-old James Chadwell has been on their radar. Abby Williams and Libby German disappeared while hiking in Delphi, Indiana back in 2017. Their bodies were found the next day. Police have released a picture and audio of the suspect, which came from one of the girls' phones, but the case has never been solved.
And now it's time for weather.
All right, taking a look at our live feed of Mattoon right now. We're having a little bit of some technical difficulties here, but looking outside, it is very clear throughout most areas of central Illinois. So we are waking up to a pretty nice start to our day, really throughout all areas of central Illinois, as you can see on the satellite and radar there. So not too bad, but definitely want something to warm yourself up early this morning. Maybe a nice cup of warm coffee, a warm jacket, because temperatures are still a little bit on the cool side, starting out at 45 degrees in Champaign, 44 in Danville, 45 in Watseka, 50 in Mattoon right now. Now, the winds are going to be a big factor, not only for today, but the coming days as well. Right now, it is coming from the northwest. We'll be transitioning from the north. Then by tomorrow, we'll be transitioning from the south, helping filter in some warmer air. Now, speaking of warmer air, it isn't going to come really today. It's still going to be slightly cooler than normal. We should be around 69 degrees for the average high. We're only going to be reaching around 65 to 66 degrees, kind of hovering into the mid to upper 60s there. So we're close to normal, but still, again, might maybe need that jacket, especially with the winds making things feel all that much cooler. Expected to gust anywhere from 30 to 40 mile-per-hour gusts throughout the day today. Back to you.
Well, here's a follow-up story for this Friday. State police are investigating after an inmate died in custody in Sangamon County. The sheriff says an officer noticed blood on 39-year-old Jamison Cody's uniform, and there was an altercation when staff members tried to help. He says Cody became unresponsive after he was tased and handcuffed. He was given CPR. Cody was then taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. State police and the coroner are waiting for autopsy and toxicology reports to come back, but those could take weeks to complete.
Here's an update this morning. Police are looking for a man accused of shooting a woman in Decatur. There's now a warrant out for Keith Lowe for attempted murder. They say he shot a 22-year-old woman in a car near Milken University's campus.
Champaign police are investigating after shots were fired near an apartment building. That happened at the corner of Kyler and Edgebrook. Police say someone was shooting at another person. A car window was shot out and bullet holes were found in a nearby building. Police say nobody was hurt.
We have new information on a kidnapping out of Macon. A former gas station employee and registered sex offender is now facing more charges. Erin Hand was originally accused of trying to kidnap a woman in January. She was able to escape, but Hand is now facing charges of vehicular invasion, aggravated battery, and aggravated unlawful restraint.
Firefighters pulled 4 people from a burning home in Champaign. We first told you about this on the morning show. That happened near Beardsley and Prospect Avenues. All of the victims were then taken to the hospital. We did confirm that one of them was a child. A neighbor we spoke with says there was a second child involved as well.
Her face was all burnt, black, and horrible. They were doing CPR on her, and then the mom came out.
And the state fire marshal is now investigating how that fire started. We have some new information on another fire. Flames destroying the apartment building in Champaign in 2018. And now the city says there's a new plan for the sites.
It happened near the intersection of Randolph and John, and nearly 100 people were impacted. But multifamily units are now being built in that same spot. Public Works says that could mean apartments or condos will be there in the future, but they are still working on the details. New this morning, the Christian County Sheriff is praising one of his deputies for saving a man's life.
Yeah, Deputy Andy Voorhees found the man passed out in his car with the engine running and the doors locked on the railroad tracks in Taylorville. The deputy was able to wake him up and move his car just seconds before a train went through the intersection. The man was then arrested for suspected DUI. Well, if you're looking to start off your weekend with a little live music, University of Illinois bands, as you covered, they're actually hosting free outdoor concerts for today.
Yeah, anyone is welcome to go. It's going to be on the steps of the Cranert Center. It starts at 11 and goes until 4. There will be food trucks there as well, so you could just grab some lunch while you listen. This is the U of I's first live performance in more than a year. Pretty
cool.
Exciting stuff there.
Yeah, very nice.
One quarterback is taking the next step in his career.
And coming up in sports, we'll take a closer look at the new face joining the Chicago Bears. Stay with us. More news is next.
The Bears.
Today. the 11th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, my Chicago Bears select Justin Fields, quarterback of Ohio State.
Bears fans are rejoicing this morning still. Chicago moves up to number 11 overall to take Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields. Surprised a lot of people here. What a pick for the team who last month proclaimed Andy Dalton as QB1. Fields never lost a game against a Big Ten opponent. No surprise at the top with U of I grad Sean Kahn's Jaguars taking Trevor Lawrence number 1, Zach Wilson 2 to the Jets. The 49ers traded up to 3 to get Trey Lance from North Dakota State, and there is Fields at 11th. 5 Illini entered their name in the NFL draft. Illinois hasn't had a first-rounder since 2012. And while that trend will continue, Kendrick Green is the one who has the best shot to hear his name called. WCIA3's Andy Olson spoke with the Peoria native. To watch that story, just head to our website, WCIA.com. Rounds 2 and 3 tonight, and 4 through 7 are on Saturday. Former Illini basketball fan favorite Andres Feliz is back with a house of pain in the basketball.
All right, welcome back. Should we, well, we got a couple minutes till weather. Should we toss it over to weather?
Yeah, I think it's about that time. You
How's
ready?
weather?
I'm ready here, don't worry. All right, looking at Storm Tracker Doppler, we are seeing clear conditions throughout central Illinois. This was actually the live feed that is still clearly we're having technical difficulties throughout all areas. But looking at the next 12 hours here, we are going to continue to rise into the mid to upper 60s here. So still a few degrees below normal, but it's not going to be too bad out there, but still a little bit of a chilly start. So just keep that in mind, dress accordingly heading out the door today. But let's take a look at your planner for today. Mostly sunshine at 6 a.m., which we already passed there, but we are going to be reaching 55 degrees by 8 a.m. Mainly clear conditions throughout all areas today, so an ample amount of sunshine, not going to be lacking in that category. But with the sunshine, we do have the winds, and again, temperatures just slightly below normal. But you can still get out and maybe enjoy some grilling out later this evening, as those winds will start to die off a little bit, so you won't have to worry about the smoke and all of that blowing in your face by later this evening. If you are maybe looking to grill out with the family, it's going to be some nice conditions to do so. So all in all, really not too bad of a day. And looking at temperatures for the coming days, we're supposed to be into the upper 60s. That's the average for this time of year. We're actually going to be above that for the weekend. Looking pretty good for this weekend here, especially on Saturday. 75 degrees, sunny skies, 78 even warmer for Sunday. The majority of Sunday is looking to be dry, but then a little bit of a cold front as well as a low pressure system will be developing. So we are expecting quite a bit of active weather Sunday night through the majority of next week. Back to you.
President Biden is heading to Philly today.
And coming up in national news, we'll take a closer look at his plans to create more jobs. Those details still ahead.
You're watching your local news leader. This is The Morning Show on WCIA 3 News.
Well, here's a look at stories topping national headlines for this morning. President Biden heads to Philadelphia to keep pitching his ambitious economic and social agenda.
His multi-trillion-dollar proposals are aimed at rebuilding infrastructure, creating jobs, and providing aid to families. The president spoke about his plans at a drive-in rally in Georgia on his 100th day in office. More than a year into the nation's battle against COVID-19, Washington State and Oregon are reporting rising COVID-19 infection rates and hospitalizations.
And while in New York City, Mayor Bill de Blasio announced plans for restaurants, movie theaters, and stadiums to be allowed to reopen at full capacity by July 1st. And in northern Israel, dozens of people were killed and many more were hurt during a stampede at a religious festival attended by tens of thousands of Orthodox Jews.
The festival marked the end of a holiday mourning period. A ban may be lifted on gambling on in-state colleges and universities.
And still to come on The Morning Show, we'll look at how this may affect student athletes. We'll be right back.
Now, The Morning Show from your local news leader.
Lawmakers are considering lifting a ban on gambling on in-state colleges and universities.
But U of I Athletic Director Josh Whitman isn't on board. He spoke to a House Executive Committee about this in Springfield. Whitman says it's about protecting the mental health and well-being of student athletes. He says social media comments made in direct connection to gambling losses were abusive and threatening.
And by allowing people in our state to bet on our own student athletes, we're only opening the door and inviting people to have those intense, threatening, abusive interactions with our student athletes.
Those in favor of sports betting say not allowing it reduces a robust market. Whitman says he wants Illinois to remain at the forefront in protecting student athletes from negative interaction.
The Urbana Sweet Corn Festival usually draws in thousands of people to Champaign County, but this year, the future of the event is uncertain. The Urbana Business Association is shutting down after 15 years because of the pandemic. We told you about that yesterday on the morning show. It helped put on the Sweet Corn Fest every year, but the city is now hoping to continue that tradition. But if the festival does happen, it will look different. They tell us people who participate, like Riggs Beer Company, say it's a big opportunity.
It is a big festival / marketing opportunity for people who don't know about us, you know, not necessarily people in Urbana, but people in the wider community that come to Urbana for the Sweet Corn Festival. We're not going to be able to see those people and introduce them to the brand.
The festival used to bring around 70,000 people to Urbana.
And the stars are aligning for taco lovers. Taco Bell is giving out free crunchy tacos on May 4th. This is in celebration of the lunar phase the fast food chain is calling a taco moon. That's when the moon will closely resemble a taco. Now, customers can get their free food in stores that day or through the Taco Bell app. Sounds like a pretty good idea right there.
Yeah.
And the Girl Scouts are handing out some of their cookies via drone.
That's right. A troop in Virginia teamed up with drone delivery service Wing to airdrop boxes on customers' doorsteps. This is an effort to boost cookie sales after a slump this past year.
And it's time for our dog walking forecast. A great day to get those dogs out walking, and we are featuring Oliver today. This is courtesy of Rhonda. Pretty cute dog there, but it's going to be, like I said, just a gorgeous day. Get out walking, go for a jog, whatever it is. Try to soak up the sunshine today and over the weekend, because then things are going to get rather active by next week here. Temperature-wise, we're going to be slightly cooler than the past few days, but still within a few degrees of normal. So 66 in Champaign, Monticello, 67 in Clinton, 64 though in Pontiac, but slightly warmer as we head towards the western side of central Illinois. We have temperatures into the 70s throughout most areas, even 74 in Vandalia, 71 in Litchfield, 72 in Carlinville, 70 in Springfield. So not too bad in those areas. And we do have 70s here to the east as well. 70 in areas such as Robinson, Greenup, 72 in Effingham, 71 in Newton. So just kind of depends on where you're at. Temperatures will continue to rise either into the upper 60s or low 70s there. But as you head out the door, still a little bit cooler out there, so grab something to keep yourselves on the warmer side. But keep in mind, we do have the winds going to be pretty active the next few days, gusting today anywhere from 25 to 30 mile per hour gusts, and even worse over the weekend. But even though we did have rainfall this week, it really didn't help our drought monitor out that much. This was just released yesterday, so all areas of central Illinois throughout the most parts are still into the dry category. So those rain showers that are going to be moving in late on Sunday night into next week, anywhere from 1.5 inches to 2.5 inches is what we're expecting over the course of really all of next week, is very much needed. Going to help out those farmers there, hopefully make things bloom a little bit. We definitely need some rainfall as it has been dry, but as I've been mentioning, try to soak up the sunshine the next few days. Still looking pretty good as we head towards the weekend.
Can't wait for the weekend.
Absolutely. Looking good today and especially tomorrow.
Yes, it's going to be warm too. Looking great.
Very nice.
Thanks. The Biden administration announced its intention to ban menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars, and that's pretty bad news for some businesses.
Yeah, the FDA says about 20 million Americans smoke menthols, and that could lead to an additional 930,000 smokers to quit. When Shop in Urbana is not on board, the store manager says banning menthol cigarettes would cut its sales.
I'm pretty sure the sales can drop down like maybe 30%. That will be for all the stores, all kinds of businesses.
The FDA plans to introduce the new regulations in the coming year and ask for public comment. The process could take years, and tobacco companies are expected to fight it.
A U of I study shows people of color are hit hardest by air pollution from nearly all sources. A civil and environmental engineering professor led the study, and his team analyzed EPA data. They looked at air pollution exposures from 5,000 emission sources. Those include places like industry, agriculture, gasoline, and diesel vehicles. And they found exposure are higher on average for people of color, and it's lower for white people.
So one thing that I think should in general be a priority is to, make sure that we're going forward, working with, the people in these communities and the people that advocate for them and organizations to make sure that we're, trying to implement solutions that are actually useful to them.
We also spoke with Faith in Place. They are an environmental nonprofit. They say Illinois leads the country in the number of fossil fuel burning plants located in communities of color.
New coronavirus cases are up across the state. Nearly 3,400 were announced and 38 more people have died. The positivity rate is now down slightly to 4%. More than 107,000 people were vaccinated. The average is more than 97,000 shots a day, and more than 31% of the state is now fully vaccinated. Well, several bills are moving through the State House to curb an increase in the opioid addiction problem. One would actually require treatment medication to be given with every opioid prescription.
In September of 2019, the CDC reported more than 2,600 overdose deaths in Illinois. A year later, 6 months into the pandemic, and 3,500 people died from overdose. That's a 30% spike. One doctor says people need to reach out.
And it really highlights the importance of being able to socialize with individuals and having that support system for people who are suffering from addictions.
She says the pandemic isolated people and cut out their support systems. There's a performance today for the bands at U of I.
And after the break, details on how you can attend. A live report is next. We'll be right back.
Live from your local news leader, Christy Batista, McLeod Hageman, and Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with Amelia Henderson. You're watching The Morning Show on WCIA 3.
And thanks for joining us this morning. I'm McLeod Hageman.
And I'm Christy Batista. Happy Friday.
TGIF. We are breathing a sigh of relief. Her watch is actually telling her to breathe, and we're having a good time about that.
Breathe. Take a deep breath.
Just nice
You'll be
reminder
fine.
there. Looking forward to that weekend. Yeah.
Here's a look at today's top headlines.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
Coming up on the morning show, why the Biden administration is considering banning menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars. Plus, there's changes coming to COVID-19 testing for U of I students. And we'll take a look at why experts say people of color are hit the hardest by air pollution. That and more still to come on the morning show.
You're watching your local news leader. This is The Morning Show on WCIA 3 News.
If you're looking to start off your weekend with a little live music, University of Illinois Bands has you covered. They're hosting a free outdoor concert today, and we can't believe we're saying it, right?
Absolutely. And WCIA 3's Karina Rubio joins us live in the studio to explain more details about that. Good morning, Karina.
Hey, Matt, good morning. Now, it's going to be right on the steps of the Krannert Center, and it's actually U of I's Band's first live performance in over a year. Now, for new students, it'll actually be their first show, and for the seniors, it'll be their last. Now, students typically play in large ensembles like you see right there, but they've been broken down into groups of 20 or less because of COVID. Now, it's all going to kick off at 11 a.m. and go until 4. They've been rehearsing for this all semester.
I think it's going to be a great deal of joyful emotions, if you will. We're really looking forward to making some music and just playing for the general public as they walk by. It's free. There's no charge with this. It is outside, so everyone can feel, safe to move around.
Now, there's also going to be some food trucks for you to grab some lunch while you listen. And as you just mentioned, it is open to anyone. Live in the studio, Karina Rubio, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, thanks, Karina. And here is a live look outside of Springfield right now where you can see the nice blue, clear conditions. The winds are going to be a factor today, but relatively calm as of right now. And we are starting out with temperatures into the 50s, but we will be warming up into the 60s here in the coming hours. But what's it looking like for the weekend? Well, Saturday and Sunday looking pretty good. 75 on Saturday, 78 on Sunday. But what helps bring in the warmer temperatures a bit above average by about 10 degrees is, of course, the winds. That's going to be a big factor over the next few days. So timing things out on Future Track, we do have the winds here that are going to be from the northwest, but they will be transitioning from the north here in the coming hours. And then by tomorrow, transitioning to the south and really ramping up speed here. Anywhere from 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts. So even though Saturday and Sunday are going to be nice days, just keep in mind the winds. But if you do have any outdoor plans, maybe need to do some lawn work, maybe need to mow the lawn, whatever it might be, try to do it today, tomorrow, or the first half of the day on Sunday, because then Sunday night we are going to be seeing that active weather move on into the area. So I mentioned the wind gusts. It is going to be very, very windy here in the coming days, but that is what helps bring in the warmer air. But later tonight, it will be dying off a little bit, so as I mentioned earlier, maybe you want to grill out tonight. You still can do that. The winds are going to be a little bit calmer, so you won't have to worry about the smoke blowing up in your face as you're cooking everything on the grill. Are you a big griller?
I like to grill, absolutely. Burger, steak. All of the above.
Always hungry at this time of morning, thinking about grilling out.
We're always talking about food.
We always talk about food here. So if you have any pictures of food, maybe from this evening, we'll feature it on our morning show. Some of those times. We love to feature the viewer photos.
Good stuff right there.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Amelia. Well, corn and soybean prices are at their highest in 8 years, but will they still stay put? We'll tell you more about that coming up in this morning's report from the farm. We'll be right back. Well, farmers have the chance to sell their old and new crops at amazing prices.
WCIA3's ag reporter Sue Ellis has more in this morning's report from the farm.
Top flight grain merchandiser Jeremy Glauner at Monticello believes that USDA was far from accurate in its estimate of grain on farms in March.
They gave a statistic about Illinois in particular, that on-farm stocks of corn are the same year on year. Not if you talk with any of our farmers. On-farm stocks of corn are much lower. Probably at least, down 50% year on year, if not more. Soybeans are down even more than that. To what's left on farm sounds like 15%, 10% of last year's on farm.
And Glauner says pre-harvest sales are much higher than normal.
I would say by and large, we're looking at corn at about 20% sold for new crop, and beans a little higher than that. 23 maybe, something like that. It's in stark contrast to last year. Last year when we were staring down the barrel of 285 corn, it was zero, and now they're in a much better situation. Higher prices, more selling, and to me it makes a lot of sense. You got a rally through April based on, are you going to get it planted? Maybe we set back. Wouldn't surprise me at all if we set back for 30 days, and then come, say mid-May to mid-June, we'll have concerns about yields and will the performance be enough. Right now people have tight balance sheets for the forward for the new crop, and that's assuming record national yields. So, we're at high prices, but we're justified at high prices. I don't see anyone in the old crop who's shutting down usage, be it the feeders, the ethanol, or the exports, because being at mid to upper $6 didn't really do a lot to dent demand yet. So I see why people are bullish.
That's our report from the farm. I'm Stu Ellis with WCIA3, your local news leader.
Information has been released on a police raid that went wrong in 2019.
And still to come on the morning show, why they say there were issues leading up to what happened. I'll be right back.
You're watching your local news leader. This is The Morning Show on WCIA 3 News.
Taking a look at what's going on around our state this morning, the Civilian Office of Police Responsibility released their findings after Chicago police wrongly raided a social worker's home in 2019.
And they say Anjanette Young was handcuffed for 17 minutes during that raid, and she was forced to stand naked while police searched her home. Investigators found significant problems in the way Chicago police obtain and execute search warrants. The report also found many of the problems that led to the wrong raids were issues previously subjected to change recommendations. The investigation produced nearly 100 allegations of misconduct of more than a dozen officers.
Rockford police are investigating a shooting near a hospital. Investigators say a person who was shot walked into the hospital. Officers have not released any information on any suspects.
One of West Peoria's biggest events was canceled for the second year in a row. That was actually supposed to be the 50th anniversary of the 4th of July parade, and it will have participants waiting another 365 days. The West Peoria mayor says it's because of a reversed parade requirement. That means all floats must be stationary and everyone must stay in their cars driving through the parade. Now, the mayor says it also means no veterans and special guests. After much debate and planning, he says it was a hard decision, but there were too many requirements to simply keep up with. Well, stick with us. Your Morning Rush headlines are coming up next.
We'll be right back.
Most of the cigarettes here we sell, like, is the menthol cigarette.
And that's why he says banning them would be a bad idea. The Biden administration announced its intention to ban menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars. And they told us this ban would actually hurt business.
We first told you about this yesterday on the morning show. The FDA says about 20 million Americans smoke menthols. They say the menthol ban would get 930,000 smokers to quit. But from a business standpoint, one shop in Urbana is not on board. The store manager told us banning menthol cigarettes would cut sales.
I'm pretty sure the sales can drop down like maybe 30%. That will be for all the stores, all kind of businesses.
This isn't the only store in Champaign County either. We counted nearly a dozen of them. The FDA plans to introduce the new regulations in the coming year and ask for public comment, but that's a process that could take years, and tobacco companies are expected to fight it.
All right, this is a viewer photo that was sent in earlier this morning from the sunrise. You can see the dandelions. This is from Wendy Dexter, close to Cook's Mills there. Zooming in on that photo, just absolutely gorgeous out there throughout all areas of central Illinois, which you can see from the live feed of all of the weather cameras around central Illinois. And really no clouds in sight, no matter where you're at in central Illinois. But here's a water tower that might put a smile on your face. This is in Atlanta, the Smiley Tower water tower, I should say, where the high is going to be close to 70 degrees there. A little bit more normal by later on this evening. Now over to Anchor, it is going to be again into the 60s, a little bit cooler compared to Atlanta there. 41 by tonight, sunshine and the windy conditions. Now over to Piper City, the high is going to be around 63 degrees, the low tonight 40 degrees, sunny skies, and again, the winds will play a factor here for the next few hours before calming down later this evening. But what's it looking like temperature-wise for the next few days? The average is into the upper 60s. We're actually going to be above that for the weekend here at 75 on Saturday, even warmer on Sunday at 78, 74 on Monday, and then a cold front will be coming in and dropping those temperatures for the rest of the work week. Now with that, the warmth over the weekend, we do have the sunshine, at least for Saturday and the first half of the day on Sunday. Take advantage of it, get any yard work done that you need to, because then on Sunday night, low pressure is going to be bringing some active weather, some storms, and will be bringing us anywhere from 1.5 inches to 2.5 inches of rainfall, which is very much needed around central Illinois.
Firefighters pulled 4 people from a burning home in Champaign.
Now, we first told you about this on the morning show. It happened near Beardsley and Prospect Avenues. All of the victims were taken to the hospital. We confirmed on scene that one of them was a child. A neighbor we spoke with says there was a second child involved as well.
Her face was all burnt black and horrible. They were doing CPR on her, and then the mom came out.
And the state fire marshal is now investigating how that fire started.
A U of I study shows people of color are hit hardest by air pollution from nearly all sources. A civil and environmental engineering professor led the study, and his team analyzed EPA data. They looked at air pollution exposures from 5,000 emission sources. Those include places like industry, agriculture, and gasoline and diesel vehicles. They found exposures are higher on average for people of color and lower for white people.
So one thing that I think should in general be a priority is to, make sure that we're going forward working with, the people in these communities and the people that advocate for them and organizations to make sure that we're, trying to implement solutions that are actually useful to them.
We also spoke with Faith in Place. That's an environmental nonprofit. They say Illinois leads the country in the number of fossil fuel burning plants located in communities of color.
The Danville School Board has sort of chosen a new president. Board member Randall Ashton was elected in April to his 5th term. He previously served as board president from 2007 to 2009. Ashton replaces Bill Dobbles, who had been president for 12 years. The U of I is planning to drop its COVID-19 testing requirements for those who have been vaccinated.
The new policy will start by the beginning of the fall semester, if not sooner. The chancellor says if you're not vaccinated, you'll have to get tested to go into campus buildings. So far, the U of I is not mandating students to be vaccinated. Administrators say that decision is up to the state health department.
Several bills are moving through the State House to curb the increase in opioid addiction. One would require treatment medication to be given with every opioid prescription. In September of 2019, the CDC reported more than 2,600 overdose deaths in Illinois. A year later, in 6 months into the pandemic, 3,500 people died from overdose. That's a 30% spike. One doctor says people simply need to reach out.
And it really highlights the importance of being able to socialize with individuals and having that support system for people who are suffering from addictions.
She says the pandemic isolated people and cut out their support systems.
New COVID-19 cases are up across the state. Nearly 3,400 new cases were announced. 38 more people have died. The positivity rate is down slightly to 4%. More than 107,000 people have been vaccinated. The average is more than 97,000 shots a day. More than 31% of the state is now fully vaccinated. Microsoft is changing its default font for the first time in 15 years.
Yeah, some pretty hard-hitting stuff, right? Well, Calibri replaced Times New Roman in 2007. Now, Microsoft is letting users weigh in on the next one. There are 5 new fonts to choose from. The company says it will be evaluating the feedback it gets over the next few months. And that's going to wrap up the morning show right here on WCIA3. But coming up when we make the switch to WCIX for the 7 o'clock hour of the morning show.
We have a follow-up to a story about an inmate who died after being tased.
But before we go, let's take a closer look at that weekend forecast with Amelia looking pretty nice for Saturday.
Yes, it is indeed. Today, though, it's going to be a little bit on the cooler side with the winds as well. But, hey, clear conditions today, tomorrow, and most of the day Sunday. I'll have more details over on the X.
We'll see you there.